Look, the bottom line is Captain Deseryak and I don't know, I can't remember I don't know the other brother's name, but y'all wasting y'all time debating Europeans. I wouldn't even be wasting my time even sitting up there trying to debate somebody. You knowing you gonna run it just ain't going. It's like almost like going and getting a damn poisonous spitting cobra, damn beast snake, knowing good and damn well it's in the bloodline of that damn snake is to be the way that he is. You know? My point is, what's the point of that? Like, it ain't, you wasting time. You wasting time and energy. To me, I mean, what's the point of that? I just focus my mind on teaching my people and be and be done with it. That's what I would do. All that, who is the son of God and all that kind of stuff, and um the bottom line is the Bible goes to a certain group of people, Israel. It's like, what's the point of that? You were just wasting time sitting up there debating people. What's the point of it? I mean, you ain't gonna get it. It's like you trying to force a snake to not to be, the nature of it is to bite you when that's a beast. You're a human being. I remember they had this young lady, right? This was about 3 years ago. She was sitting up there, handling a cat a certain way, just rough. And that cat took and scratched the shit out of that child, the little girl. And I said, I told you that. I said, man, you handling that cat like that? That cat scratched the shit out that young lady. I'm telling you. And they had this cat, these people had this cat in the house. In the house. That wild instinct is still in them. Just like a bunch of damn bees. You think I'm going to go to a yellow jacket damn wasp nest and force bumblebees that don't know me? They know I don't look nothing like them. And I'm walking up there begging them not to sting the shit out of me. You know what'll happen if you go to the bee or the wasp hive or beehive or the honey beehive, whatever you want to call it. Them wasps is gonna light your ass up. So what's the point of going around something you know you not, if you don't look like an insect or look like them, you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna light your ass up because you ain't nothing and you don't look nothing like them. Yeah. They know you don't look nothing like them. So my point is, what's the point of doing that? let's look at Romans chapter 1 and verse, to get a good understanding. Let's start at verse 28. Let me put my glasses on for a change. It says, even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Being filled with verse 29, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, malices, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, boasters, ventures of evil things, disobedient unto parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. Okay, see that? Being filled, verse 29 of Romans 1:29, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, malice, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit. See that? Debate. You don't have, I mean, it's like I don't have all the words for it. I guess I put myself on the spot doing the video. Just teach your people. And I'm not saying that y'all are not doing it. Just going and debating with everybody. They not gonna see it from eye to eye, because they not gonna see it. That's just like going up, trying to go up against a wall and make a wall see thing. No, let me not say that. You going up and you debating a walls why he won't sting you. They not gonna, first of all, foremost, as a human, they not gonna understand what in their language. They only gonna understand other walls in the way that the other walls operate. They only understand each other. They're not gonna understand me walking up saying, hey, don't do this to me now, don't do this to me. No, they're not gonna understand that, because I'm not communicating that within their language as an insect. You see what I'm saying? Because they know they may not can talk like me, but those bees or waltzes, they have an instinct where they can talk to each other. Like, who in the hell is this coming up here? And I can't make a waltz be something that they're not. It's just in their nature to attack anything that don't look like them, to come up in their space. Let's reverse it. If I see a bear in my house, do you think I'm gonna go in that house? No, because I see something in the house that does not belong in there. But if a bear is in their own space out in the woods or something, I'm good. Yeah, just like a shark. If you are in a shark's space, of course they're gonna react, because you're in their space. They're gonna bite, they're gonna eat you up. Why? Because they know this is you, you don't belong there. Every animal knows within them, in communicating with other animals, they know how to communicate with each other and say, hey, there's danger, there's this and that. But they don't understand us, just like we don't understand them. What they saying. When we can understand each other as humans, we talking to each other. You see what I'm saying? But there's still different feces. Like, you have reptilians, you have like something that's not human. Then you have other things that are not human, right? You have animals and you have humans. You have things that look human, but they're not human. I'm just going to say it like that. You have things that look human, but they're not human. Just because it can talk, that still doesn't mean it's human. Just because it can talk doesn't mean it's a human. You got things that look like a human, but it's not a human. Yeah. But everything communicate with each other in its own way. Just like other walls can warn other walls and say, hey, there's danger coming, somebody coming. We don't know this individual. They know how to communicate that to each other as insect or waltzes. They know how to do it. Where if you walk up there, you don't know what they're saying. All you know is in your mind is as a person, you know you're gonna get attacked if you walk up there in them wall space. A giraffe, when you walking toward them, you don't know what they're saying. They may try to walk and get out your way or look strange. You know how they look at you like, you know how they have certain animals had it look when you walking up and they don't really know you like that. They're gonna have a look on their face like you don't know what they're saying, but to themselves, it's like they saying, I don't know you. Just like a squirrel. And I'm trying to make a point with that, with the title I got in this video of brother Captain Desuriak and the I forgot the other guy. You debating people that's not on the same level. So what I'm trying to say is you wasting your time. I ain't gonna waste my time with nobody that I'm not on the same page with. It's just a waste of time. Debating with somebody on a topic that you know you're not going to see things from eye to eye, why would you want to get involved with them? It's just like a woman or anything. Why you want to get involved with somebody? I don't want to get involved with somebody that I'm gonna be debating and all that. I ain't got time for all that, bro. You wasting time. Why would you waste time arguing with a bulldog, a pit, when you know that's the breed of them is to be a pit? And to do what is done. They are trained and bred to do by nature what they're trained to do. Just like leopards, lions, they are trained is to hunt their food. They doing what they are bred to do as by nature. That's in their blood. That's the nature of them to devour and want to eat and devour other animals. You know what I'm saying? That's the nature of them. So why you want to debate with something that you know? And let me try. I'm gonna try to give you an example of that in the book of Daniel, chapter 12. The book of Daniel, chapter 12. And let's start at verse 5. No, 9. And he said unto them, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed until the time of the end. You can't give this to everybody. Everybody ain't gonna understand this. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. God is letting you know right there. The wicked is not going to understand you. So why would you waste your time debating with a wicked person? The best way is to talk to them, is to tell them what they are. Say, the reason you ain't going to understand it because according to the Bible, you're wicked. So you're not going to understand it. You're not going to understand it. So I'm wasting time talking to you because you're proving you're the wicked. That's why they got involved in what they call in the slave trades, trading and selling our people and enslaving our people. Only a wicked person can do that. They did it because they don't have no understanding. The wicked The wise gonna understand. The wise is the Israelites, the chosen one. But a righteous person, a righteous man, which is an Israelite, are the ones that's gonna be given the understanding. God is the one that's gonna give them the understanding. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. None of the wicked is not going to understand. Go and read in the book of Obadiah. You're going to see who God is talking about, the wicked. You go and you read in Job 9:24, it says the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. And then if you read in Proverbs, it talks a lot about that. The same thing. You're wasting time. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You're wasting time. I think it's Proverbs what? Proverbs 11. Proverbs, I think it's 11:17. The wicked are overthrown and are not, but the house of the righteous shall stand. That in the context is talking about the Israelites. I know how to find it. Just though joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Proverbs 11:21. I figured that's what it was. The Bible says, though joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. but the seed of the righteous shall flourish. Let's go to Isaiah 13 and, and 15. I got it highlighted too. Isaiah 13. I think I'm saying it right. Yeah. It says, Isaiah 13, verses 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them, to my Babylon, America, shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall. This is talking about the children of the slave master. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver as for gold. They shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Whoa, that's verse 18. Isaiah 13 and 16. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So when you look at, let's go to Jeremiah 51. It's really talking about, this is really coincide with Revelation. Jeremiah 51. Jeremiah 51, the Bible said, thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, against them that dwell in the midst of them that raise up against me a destroying wind. Now notice, it said, behold, thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, those that dwell in the midst of them, that raise up against me as a destroying wind, and I will send upon Babylon funerals that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. To about America. Behold, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brighten, and spare ye not her. Young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans. They that are thrust through in her streets, for Israel had not been forsaken. See that? Israel has not been forsaken. That's talking about the Israelites, the black people, nor Judah of his God, of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. He's telling the Israel, which is Judah, is to flee out of the midst of Babylon. Deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's revenge, the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. That means a payback. Did we just read this in Isaiah chapter 15? 13 and 15, where he said he would dash her young children into pieces. And he's telling our people, flee out of the midst of Babylon. He said flee. He didn't say stay in there. Now, fleeing out of Babylon doesn't mean, it's not saying necessarily flee out of America, out of the country. It's talking about to get out of the religious institution in your mind. Forsake all of that. Change your mindset. Get up out of that. Don't go along with white supremacy. Don't work on the police forces and all that type of shit. The Most High said you're supporting Babylon. Yeah, you're supporting Babylon. Now, let's go to Revelation. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read Revelations 17, verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven bells and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. He said, I will show you the judgment, and with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitations of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. The wine of her fornication is talking about America's ways and customs and stuff like that. That's what it's talking about, those ways that our people follow. They follow in the footsteps and the ways of America. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. So this was a vision that John the Revelator was having about God was actually opening up his understanding when he was revealing these things to John on the island of Patmos. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman set up on a scarlet colored beast. In other words, I saw all of the sins of this country, America, all of Babylon, America, the things that the customs that our people is joined to. It said full of names of blasphemy. Blasphemy is another word for they was exalting themselves above God. They was putting other things. They was practicing customs that was the European customs and all of those things. And then not only that, they claim the power to be God and saying that God loves everybody, all those kinds of things. That's blasphemy. Blasphemy means lies. John the Revelator was saying, so he carried me away in the spirit, and I seen God showed me all of the lies that America stands for, all of the customs that America is up that the white men have done it. Even though it's talking about Babylon, we can clearly see when we're in this life, God is clearly showing us that around as we look around us and God unfold to us. That's why the Bible calls Babylon a mystery. It said mystery, Babylon the Great. A mystery is something that only the Most High can give you to understand. Now watch this here. To back up what I just said, let's go to that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 29:29. I think that would be a good verse to go to. Deuteronomy 29:29. And I'm still talking, y'all wasting y'all time debating Europeans. You're wasting your time. He didn't say try to change Babylon. My bad. Taking a long time. Deuteronomy is 29. The Bible said, the secret things belongs unto the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belongs unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. Now, all the words of this law is just talking about the 613 commandments of God. Now, if you go to the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 7, let's go to Amos 3 and 7. Amos 3 and 7. Went over too far. Amos chapter 3, because only the mystery Babylon can be understood through this. The only people that can understand it is going to tell you. Let's look at it. Okay. It first is talking about Israel. It said, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. That's why we have what is called, some of our people suffer constipation, stuff like that. He's punishing us. So let's look at verses 7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he reveals his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. His secrets is the mystery, right? The mystery, the way to unlock them secrets, he only reveal them to our people. He don't give them to everybody. Remember what I read in Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10. And many shall be purified and made white and tried, and the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked will understand, but the wise shall understand. You remember I read that? And we just read right here in Amos chapter 3 and 7, surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he reveals his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Now let's go to Daniel 12 and verse 10. I think, yeah. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Who are the wise? Let's go and see who the wise are. Who God only chose to be the wise one. Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O house of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. He said, I'm going to punish you. He didn't say I will punish any nation or every nation. I'm going to punish I'm going to punish all the different nations that I created. Because everybody, he didn't say that. He said, you are the only ones have I known of all the families of the earth. That's what he said. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. He said, I'm going to punish you. He didn't say I'm going to punish the other nation. Just like if you have a child, is you going to punish your neighbor's child or you going to punish your child? You wouldn't punish your child. No, excuse me. You wouldn't punish the neighbor's child for what your child did, right? If somebody else's child did something wrong, you ain't going to worry about the neighbor's child because you're more concerned about your child because your child is the one that committed what he did. But if he didn't do it, you're not going to worry about it like, hey, that ain't my child. It ain't my responsibility. He said, but I'm going to punish mine for what they did wrong because it is my duty and my job is to punish my children, not somebody else's children, because you ain't going to love nobody else's kids like you love your own. You're not going to love somebody else the way you do your own family. You're not going to love somebody more than you love. You're not going to love somebody else more than you do your own blood father, mother issue. No, you're not going to love nobody else like you love your own children. You're going to love your own children more than you love anybody. Right? If your child, if the neighbor's kids are throwing rocks, your kids are throwing rocks, who you going to punish first? The neighbor's children or yours? You're going to punish your own children. You're going to get on your children because you ain't worried about the neighbor's children. No, you ain't worried about the neighbor's children. You're only worried about your children. So you get the revelation of what I'm saying? Let's go back and let's read Revelation chapter 17:1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven veils and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitations of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he's saying we have inhabited the customs. Our people are honoring the customs of the other nations, and we are sipping from the cup, meaning that we are actually practicing the customs of the other nations instead of our own culture. And because we didn't listen to the commandments of God, God turned around and allowed the other nations to come and take our culture from us. By using the other nations is to punish us and to whoop our ass or whatever we needed for us is that like a discipline for us to come back because we have broke that covenant that we made with the Most High, and that was for Israel. Right? It says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. Wilderness means like, he take you through them dark moments. And that's the only way we can wake up sometimes. Sometimes he got to take us through something in order for us to get that revelation that he's trying to give us, to give us the understanding. Sometimes you need to go through some trials and tribulation in order to understand what he actually is saying. You see what I'm saying? That's how God speaks, and that's how he talks to us, through trials and tribulations. That's how we get the understanding. My mother used to tell me, I used to sit up and say crazy things like, man, he's smart. And this was an Uncle Tom, right? And this is me, my dumb self wasn't getting it. I said, oh, he's right about what he's saying. I said, he real smart. And my mother used to say, that's a dumb bastard. And at the time, it didn't register with me right away. It didn't register. I ain't going to lie. It didn't register with my mom. Bless her spirit. She's in the room and then I'm like, what is she talking about? The man is intellect. But see, this is what I wasn't getting. I'm going to show you what I wasn't getting. This is what I didn't understand. And I had to rethink and go back and think about what I was saying. It took me a minute now. It took me probably a few years, but it's so thin. Here we go. Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse, Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. But the wise shall understand. It didn't say, but the smart or the educated. It didn't say that. It says the wise. So I had to ponder that. After all, my mother got a great point there. Because I wasn't even thinking in that area. And I had all the time, like, come on now, you read the Bible. And then I had to go back and reread the Bible. And like, oh wow, I had it the whole time and didn't even realize I was jumping over that part, just jumping over. Because I'm thinking that your education is what makes you. No, education and being smart, you can have a what they call a high Q and all this type of stuff. That shit don't make no sense, man. You can have all that and still be the be the dummiest on the planet. You can be a doc, you can be educated being a doctor, a so-called white man police officer, and still be dumb as hell. You can know people come out, oh, I know the law. I know the law. Working, I know the law. You still dumb. Because dumb, you can be what they call it's what you call an educated fool. You can be an educated dummy. Because when you're smart, excuse me, when you're wise, you're able to make decisions to protect you. Just like if I'm walking, right? If I'm walking, somebody pull up in a car and say, hey, you want to go fishing with us and stuff like that? Yeah, when y'all want to go? We want to go right now. Come get in the car. That would be strange to me. I'm not gonna jump in the car. Damn well, I'm not gonna jump in the car with somebody I don't know. I barely get in the car with people I know. So if I don't get in the car with people that I barely know, that I really know, what make you think I'm gonna act a fool and get in the car with somebody that I really don't know? My family can tell you that I don't even really deal with people that I really know too much. So just imagine me not knowing somebody. Just imagine me not knowing them. I'm definitely not going like no that you automatically know that's a price to get you killed. So hey man, you want to come to us? When the party gonna be? Oh, it's gonna be at 12 o'clock. It's gonna start at 1 o'clock. People just gonna be getting in at 12. I'm gonna be like, nah, man. I'm a homebody and I got other stuff to do, man. I got to make sure my mother's good and everything, which is, you know what I'm saying, and which that's making a wise decision. And then all of a sudden, you hear about somebody shooting up a club and you sitting like, damn, I'm glad. You know, sometimes you can make decisions, the wisest decisions according to the Most High and not even know you're making the right decision, but he guiding you what to do. When you wise, you can save your life. When you wise, you can live a long time. You see what I'm saying? Wise and being smart and educated is several different things. It's not the same. Just because you intellect, just because you understand a lot about a computer, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are a smart person. It's just like people on the streets. You got some people that have street knowledge. I have a brother on the streets. He has a lot of street sense. He got book sense, but he got street sense. He talk fast, but he's straight to the point and he cut it and make it short to the point. That's how they do it on the streets. He's a great debater. He's good at debating, and especially when it comes to street knowledge. And when he taking coincide that knowledge with what he got today or whatever, you know he I ain't gonna lie. I ain't trying to say it because he's my brother, but he bad now when it comes to debating. When it comes to street knowledge, oh man, nah, you can't get over on him. By the time you say one or two words, he done said 7 to 8 words to your one or two words. That's how he good now. I ain't gonna lie, he good. Me, I say I don't have no street knowledge like that. You know what I'm saying? I just have knowledge in like things like Christianity and stuff like that, knowing how people can lie and how the game can work in that, how people can take and finesse you by using certain words like, oh, I wasn't on time. But you know, we never on time doing something for somebody. We make promises that we don't even keep. We do a lot of talking, but we don't put forth no actions and stuff like that. And when you try to confront people with those issues, now I'm not trying to get off the topic. Uh, uh, any of this stuff, what I'm talking about. Y'all wasting y'all time debating Europeans and stuff. All of this, I'm trying to coincide it into this one title right here. And people may say, like, let me show you how people can manipulate something. If you say something like, well, I think I don't want no gold digger. I don't want no woman that's gonna gold dig me for money or something like that. That I don't need no woman like that in my life. I don't need that type of woman. And I'm gonna show you how she can manipulate it. She's like, well, I'm not. If you ain't my girl, if you ain't mine, if you ain't really showed me you a lawyer, you got my back, stuff like that. If you ain't showed me none of that, if you come up immediately talking about shopping and going on a shopping spree and all this kind of stuff, hell no. Now she may justify it by saying, well, those are my standards. I'm just letting you know off the rip. That's manipulation right there, because that's a powerful word. When you say something like, well, just like you have standards, you want a pretty girl, you don't want no ugly girl, you don't want this in. All of those words to justify them being wicked or being like, I just want a man. If he ain't giving the bag or whatever, then I don't want to have nothing to do with it. But what they're trying to do is manipulate you with that by using the word. They're using the wrong words for the wrong. They're using the the manipulating get over words to get over on somebody. I just want this man for his money, but I just want to tell him that I have. It's not that I'm a gold digger. It's just that I have standards. You see what I'm saying? That's manipulation. See, I done been around it for so long, and I done heard them talk like that until you know exactly what they're doing. They're saying I have standards because now, don't get me wrong. That's a good, powerful word, but they'll use that word. It's just like I have standards, just like you have standards. It's not that I'm a gold digger. It's not I'm a none of that. It's just that I have a right to want what I want, just like you want certain things. You want something from me, I want something from you. You have a standard, I have a standard. Yeah, we both have standards, but your standards is just based upon materialistic things, and the standards is not. And the point of me saying that, I'm pointing that out is to show you the manipulation of the word. They're using the right words, but they're using those words because okay, I see that he got a car, he got something going for himself. So I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna come back because my intentions is it's just to milk him for his money. But what I'm gonna tell him, instead of saying I want to just milk him for his money and I got motives that I just want, because he got the money, he got the bag, he got a driving a expensive $100,000 car. That's all I want. But I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna manipulate it and milk this man. But I'm gonna use a certain word that's gonna mentally get him and like, okay, okay, it makes sense. And they're gonna try to use it to manipulate you by saying, well, it's not that I'm not trying to milk you. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that. It's just that I have standards. Right there. That's where they're gonna get you at. So you're gonna be stuck on that part. Standards. Okay. Damn. Okay, they got standards. That's to keep you from actually knowing what they really trying to do. You get what I'm saying? So those words are good. And then here's another word that they use. Well, if you uh I came up to you because you was pretty and I wanted to talk to you and and still using the same title. Y'all wasting your time arguing, debating your opinion. If you walk up to a woman and you say, "Hey, how you doing? I found you beautiful. I found you attractive. You're a nice looking person. You're a nice looking woman, or this and that. And I want to know, can I check you out sometime and take you out to dinner and stuff like that, and get to know each other." Well, that's so sweet. Here's the manipulation. Well, that is so sweet of you to do that, but right now, no, it's not that you. It's not that you're not my type or nothing like that. It's just that Right now, I'm just trying to just focus on myself right now. That's a motherfucking bull. That's some bullshit manipulation. Now remember now, when you say you try, when they say you trying to focus on yourself, they trying to focus. And look, I got it down pat because I done heard them say it too long. If you sit down and listen to something, it's just like if you take a motherfucking book and you study that motherfucking book from front to back and you understand and you get the you studied enough and you be around it enough and you study the context to every different thing in order for you to know how to run a game on somebody, you got to know the rules to the motherfucking game. That's what you got to do. You got to know the rules to the game. Once you know the rules to the game, you know how to use them words to do whatever it is that you want to do to somebody. And that's what these women are doing. They'll say, that's one of them. They'll say, well, they'll reject you with a compliment. Oh, well, you're so beautiful. And that's the best way. If you want to destroy somebody trying to finesse you, make them aware of what the fuck they doing. Break every piece down, no matter how if they say, okay, well, we can't get him in. Let me try this word. You got to know every context. So once they feel like you know every context, well, whatever. Okay, you doing too much. No, I'm not doing too much. You just realize that I'm on to your game. Okay, I'll see you, lady. We this ain't gonna work. You know why? Because they realize you done broke them down. They can't get over it because you know every single context. They can't come to you and pull the bull over you. They can't pull the wool over you. Like, okay, well, right now, I'm not gonna say it's not that I'm not attracted to you. Now you cute, you this and you that, but right now it's just that right now I'm just looking for a certain type of, you may be for somebody else. You attractive, but not for me. Not for me in particular. All of that shit is, but you I like your shoes though. Your shoes look like you dress really well. Your ass is getting rejected with a compliment. That's what they doing. You see what I'm saying? And so it ain't no sense in coming into the game thinking I'm gonna change you from the way that you are. If that's what you were born and bred to do, just like if a woman come back and if I got, which I never owned a car, I don't even know what the hell it is. I ain't never owned a pair of driver's license, never owned a car. And it's not that I didn't want to, it's just the struggle. I was born and raised in poverty. Me, all my brothers and sisters, we all were born in poverty. My father and my father's father, all them people, we came from that. You see what I'm saying? We came from a generation of poverty. But they'll say things like, "Well," and here's the other one. This is what I want to put this. I didn't say this one. Hey, what's up? I thought you're very beautiful, and your hair looks nice. I like your hairstyle. I like the tattoos. I like the tats all over you and stuff. I like the shoes you got on. Can I take you out sometime? We get to know each other. Well, right now, I'm trying to focus on school because they number one, they know school is a good thing, and they know everybody's mind is like, damn, oh, okay, school is a good thing. So when they mention things like school, they actually it's really they finessing and they trying to finesse you. It's really a manipulation because you is not real. I'm not really you're not really their type, or you're not really whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, not in all cases, but in most cases, that shit is manipulation, is what I'm trying to say. But here's going back to the video. Wasting your time debating your opinions. You are. Why would I waste my time? We not of the same race. We don't have the same value. We don't have the same bloodline. We don't have the same belief, culture. We don't have the same customs. We don't practice the same customs. We don't think alike. For example, let me show you what I'm talking about. If we're going through something, if the white man going through something, most of them gonna go into school and shoot up every damn body. On the other hand, The average black person, Hispanic and Native American person, we go through shit. Somebody gonna come up and be like, "What's wrong?" Oh man, I'm going through this shit. Well, fuck it, you get over. Like my brother told me one time, the hell with all this shit, man. You gonna get you another. God probably got you a better job. You know what I'm saying? You probably got a better one than that. You know what I mean? Don't worry about that shit, man. Lose that shit. Keep going. You see what I'm saying? You like that. What I'm trying to say is we always try to find a way out. Like we go through shit all the time. Like me and my mother. I say, you know what? We gonna find a way. We gonna find a way to get through this shit. The hell with this shit. We always, some reason, we always find a way to say, you know what? We gonna make a way out of no way with this shit. Oh, we like cooking. Like if I'm cooking in the kitchen, if my food don't taste right, I'm gonna find a way is to put a taste in there and make that shit right. You be like, damn, you try this stuff, you try this stuff, you try this stuff. Like, nah, no, it tastes all right. Let me put just a little bit more. Damn, that shit right. That shit tastes good. I put that shit up in there. We find a way is to make some shit right. Just like we did when we was growing up in poverty and didn't hardly have no food in the house. If we had rice and butter and eggs in the house, we and flour, we made a meal off that shit. We found a way. We found something in there to make a meal. And for somehow or another, we found the way is to make a meal. We ain't gonna kill ourselves and all that too fast. Not too fast. I'm not saying our people don't do it, but we're not gonna do it too fast. No, we're not gonna do that shit too fast. You know damn well we ain't gonna do that shit. Like me, I love my life. I don't. I would be scared to take and call myself harming myself. To even me think about harming myself and unanalyzing myself, it scares me to even think about that shit. It's horrible to even sit up for me. It's horrible. It makes me feel so hurt in the heart when you think about unalign your family because you tired of you see them going through some shit that you can't control. You see what I'm saying? Even if you think about, just say if a thought popped in your head, like even though you know it ain't in your blood, it ain't in your spirit, is to do it. It's just the thought of that, how people take and unanalyze their family and consume them. That shit is hurt just to think about that. And you be like, ooh, Lord, please, Lord, help me to get that shit off my mind. I don't even like even having shit like this on my mind. What the fuck? It makes you feel, it makes me literally cry is to have shit like that. Just to think about that, it makes me fucking cry. Like what? Man, I'm so sensitive to insects and stuff. I said, man, ain't no sense in killing no lizards. I said, no, let that lizard live. I feel bad when and just killing lizards and stuff like that. Say, nah, let it live. How would you feel? Would you want somebody to come and do that to you? That's how I be thinking. You know what I mean? My mind be thinking like that. So the so-called white man, when they kill our people on the streets, like police brutality, hands up, don't shoot, or you gonna get shot if you make any move, whatever, because they don't give a fuck. It's in their damn nature to kill and shoot when they come on the scene, when they trying to come as an arrest or having a gun point and all that kind of stuff. It's just God made them a different way. He didn't make us the same. Let me prove that out the Bible. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So, and I'm still trying to compare it. Brother Captain, the Zuriach, and other, y'all wasting y'all time making y'all self look stupid, trying to sit up and debate these Europeans about salvation and all that. That's for the Israelites. Just wake your people up, and that's it. I gotta put my glasses on for these small words. Okay, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 37, I think. I think, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. $33. That's it. That's it. Just coming to me. Damn, it's an hour I did already. Okay, look what the Bible says. Okay, Ecclesiastes chapter 33 and verse 8. The Bible says, by the knowledge of the Lord, they were distinguished. That means made different. He put a distinction, a difference. By the knowledge of the Lord, they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them had he made high days and hallowed them, and some of them had he made ordinary days, like Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, ordinary days. It says, verse 10, all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of the earth. In much knowledge, the Lord divided them. I mean, he separated them and made their ways diverse. That means diverse means different. Some of them had he blessed and altered, and some of them had he sanctified, means set apart, and set near himself. But some of them had he cursed and brought low and turned out of their place. In much knowledge, the Lord divided them and made their ways diverse. That's why you have some so-called white people, they do the things that they do because our ways are diverse. Let's look up the definition of diverse. What is the definition of diverse in commentary? Based on the provided research, here are the definitions of diverse commentary as part of a broader context and commentary made. In social context, diversity refers to inclusive or individuals from a range of different backgrounds. People from different, something that's not the different backgrounds and characteristics. Like Esau has certain characteristics about himself, just like in the Bible. Everybody has different characteristics. That's what I was talking about in the beginning of this video. Just like I mentioned about wasting your time looking at a snake. A snake, the characteristics of and nature of a snake, of a poisonous, venomous black mama snake, is to spit like a venomous spitting cobra. I can't invite that snake in this house, which I wouldn't do it, and expect for that snake is to respond like a human being like me. I couldn't do it because that is the nature of it. He was doing what he was bred to do because God made him that way. It's in his nature to spit. The spitting stuff is so he can kill you. God made him like that. That's the nature of it. He made the so-called white man. That's their role, to kill, to lynch, because God put it in their spirit. He didn't make us the same. You see what I'm saying? And I said that human social diversity in a social context, diversity refers to inclusive of individuals from form of range, different backgrounds and characteristics such as race, ethnicity, gender, age, religion, and sexual orientation, physical abilities, and and social economic status. Social economic status, like dealing with conservative economics, politicians, and all. We know that all that refers to so-called white people voting for, not voting for, democratic, all that. We know that's white supremacist customs and stuff like that, which we don't anticipate in that because we are different. I don't like politics. I don't care about politicians because it's not in my nature is to support politicians because that is not of my nature. That is not of my spirit. My desire is to teach my people what the laws and statutes and commandments, our customs of the Bible, God, teaching them their nationality. You came from the tribe of Reuben, Gad, Issachar, Mexican, and all that type of stuff. Educating our people on the slave trade and coming back to their laws. Every nation on this earth has a land and a language that they have, but we are the only people that don't have a language and a land that we can go call our own and stuff like that. Just make them aware of that. Give them a general idea of that by bringing them back to the Bible. You see what I'm saying? And things of that nature. So we are different in that way. Now watch this here. Let's go to Genesis chapter 25. No, Genesis 10. Genesis chapter 10. Let's go there. God had a reason for doing this here. Genesis chapter 10. And let's read verse 1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, and Magdi, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, these are the Jewish people over there. Ashkenazi would be those fake Jews. And Raphaim and Togomar. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodom. By these were the islands of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families and their nation. And the sons of Ham, that's talking about the so-called Africans. The sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Okay. Let's look at verse 25. Let's look at verse 25. And unto Eber were born unto him two sons. Eber was born two sons. The name of the one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided. And his brother's name was Joktan. Okay. And unto Eber is the Igbo tribe. Igbo, like that's a Hebrew word. That's a Eber is like an Igbo word for Hebrew. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of the one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided. That means separated. In his day was the earth, not even though it said the earth, God divided lands, languages, and all of that. Let's go back. It says, and the son, let's look at Genesis 10 and verse 4. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodom. By these were the islands of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families and their nations. Their tongue and their God divided their nations, their land, their languages, and their tongues, and all that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? He divided lands, he divided nations. Not only did he divide nations, but he divided the lands and stuff like that. Now you got the scriptures, and let's go to the book of Joshua. The book of Joshua. Let's look at the book of Joshua. Yeah. Here we go. All right. If you look at Joshua chapter 12, I used to read this or study this years ago, like when I was in my 20s too. Joshua chapter 12, and let's look at verse 7. Let's start at verse 7. And these are the kings of the country which Joshua and the sons of the children of the children of Israel smote on this side Jordan on the west. Says it from Belgad, and the valley of Lebanon, even unto the mountain of Holak, that goes up to Seir, which Joshua gave unto the tribes of Israel for a possession, according to their divisions. See that? In the mountains, and in the valleys, and in the plains, and in the springs, and in the wilderness, and in the south country, talking about over here in the south, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. All of these are the African tribe, the dark race. And the kings of Jericho won. The king of Ai, which is beside Bethel, won. The king of Jerusalem won. The king of Hebron won. The king of Jerimoth won. The king of Lachish won. Verse 12 of Joshua chapter 12 and verse 12. The king of Eglon won. The king of Gezer won. The king of Derbe won. The king of Gedar won. The king of Hormah won. The king of Arad won. The king of Lachish won. The king of Adullam won. These are some weird words, man. And the king of Makeda won. The king of Bethel won. The king of Tapush won. The king of Hephah won. Okay. And the king of Kadesh won. The king of Joachim of Carmel won. Okay. And the kings of Tazar won. All the kings 30-1. Now watch this here. Let's jump to Joshua chapter 13 and verse 5. And the land of the Gibeonites in all Lebanon toward the sunrise, and from Belgad under Mount Hermon unto the entering of Hamath, all the inhabitation of the hill country from Lebanon unto Forth, Meam, and all of the Sidonians, them will I drive out from before the children of Israel, only divided thou it by lot unto the inhabitation for inheritance, and as I have commanded thee. Now, this was going into how the other nations came and they took over the land in the territories of Israel and stuff. And the Bible says that God is going to distribute it different nations back, and He's going to set things back in order, because each one of them, I guess you can say, it's going into, God is letting you know that there's different people that have different lands, different languages, and things over there. God had, it's called order. It was order going on. It's like an order that God has. Okay, I'm gonna give this person, these people over here, and the Canaanites, they came and they occupied these spaces and stuff when our people didn't keep the commandments of God and things of that nature. So my whole point in this video is I'll come back and break it down some more, because it's a whole lot. You're wasting your time going to a different tribe of nations of people with different customs, trying to debate them about your customs and what you're doing from based upon the Bible. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're wasting time. Why, if I'm going to debate somebody else about that, God gave us the customs that He wants us to have, His laws and His commandments, right? God gave us that. He gave us what He didn't give to the other nation. He gave other nations their language, everything that they got. They God. Chinese, they have gods that look like them. The what you call these people? It's barbarians. They have their own God. I don't know what they are. Muslims and Islam and all of them, they have their own gods. That's why we don't agree on the same thing, because we're not the same people. There's 18 nations in the Bible. Europeans, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. We agree on the same thing, but Europeans is not going to come and agreeing with us, with the Black, Hispanic, and Native American, because we don't have the same culture or customs. They stole our customs and made it their own and added religion and put it in there in the Bible. So based upon this here, I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out. But this video is called wasting y'all time debating Europeans. Y'all wasting y'all time debating Europeans. This is for Captain Dezuriak and that other brother as well. Y'all wasting y'all time debating these people, man. Because they're not going to see it that way. Because they didn't see it like that guy came in here and was threatening to my boxing, to my, we're going to set up a boxing match and all that. Just the damn devil. It might be him in here now. I don't know. Yeah. Because we're not the same people. We're not going to see, it's just not, we're not the same people. We're going to see things differently. We're not going to see it eye to eye. Because God gave us laws, we teach them that way. They're not going to see, we're different. It's different bloodline, different cultures. So, yeah, I don't know. There ain't nothing else I can say. So I'm up out of here.